Hey friends, it's Ashley here again, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about homeschooling and just kind of like my style and what I've learned because I feel like there is a lot of information out there, but why not just hear another person's opinion and hopefully maybe that will help you in some way. Um, so am going into my fifth year, if you count kindergarten on the road. It's our fifth year of homeschooling, and I don't feel like I still know what I'm doing very well, but I'm still doing it. So just some tips that I would offer to get started is to get a coach or a mentor that is a seasoned homeschooler or at least a teacher. But even if they're a homeschooler, where some moms have homeschooled their kids for 20 years, and it's astounding to me that they can do that and have done that, and they have 5 or 7 or 8 kids, and they homeschool all of them, and it's amazing. And they definitely know way more than I do about homeschooling. So find someone, and there are people online that you can find who are actual coaches or mentors that you could reach out to. You might have to pay for their help, but it's so worth it if you can do that. Or maybe you have a family member. My mother-in-law homeschooled all 4 of her kids, and they're all very successful. They're all doing great in life. And so I know she did a lot of things right with homeschooling them. So I'm glad that I have her to reach out to. And just even, people who are in public schools or private schools, they have a wealth of knowledge. So do that early on because you're going to encounter struggles along the way, and it's good to know where you can turn to for help other than just Instagram or Facebook. I will say at the beginning, I kind of had this idea that, like, oh, Instagram made it feel like easy. Like this is, you just jump in and you just go with the flow, and it's going to be smooth sailing. And I had that perspective going into it, and that's not what it has been. So, and not to discourage you at all, because it's so worth it. And I'm every day, even though I know I'm doing it imperfectly, I know that it's the best thing for my boys, and I'm so thankful that I have the privilege to do it. And we live in Colorado, where the homeschool laws are fairly easy the requirements are fairly easy to meet for homeschooling, which I'm thankful for. So anyway, get a mentor or a coach, or even a group of moms who have done it for a while, that you can connect with, and even try to do it regularly throughout your year, because you're going to need it for just the moral support and to get questions answered and that sort of thing. So that's number one. I would say number two is I wouldn't spend too much time on this, but kind of learn your style. For me, there's different styles out there: Charlotte Mason, classical, Montessori style. There's other ones. I kind of like, I feel like in a lot of ways I am sort of just doing what I did in public school at home right now, but I think that's evolving, and I really like the Charlotte Mason approach, so I'm going to like dig into that a little bit more and try to integrate some of that into our homeschooling. But I'm very practical, and just like I don't like to do like a ton of prep every time we sit down. I kind of like the open and go curriculums, and I think for my boys that's what works the best. So I'll get into some of my curriculum here in a little while. So maybe just take, like, I don't know, not a lot of time, but to kind of look at the different learning styles out there, and see what what you're gravitating to, also for your kiddos too, and what is their learning style. And there's lots of resources as to which curriculums fit different types of learners. So hopefully that would help. Another thing is to, if you could like really learn about one thing to teach, I would say learn about how to teach reading. I had no idea. I just knew I learned how to read, so I'm sure I can teach my kids how to read. And that was kind of naive to think that, especially if you have a reader that kind of struggles a little bit, or a lot. Hopefully, there are so many resources out there, but I would say any type of Orton Gillingham methods of teaching are really good, and just start there. I wouldn't even go into any other method. At least if I had to look back at it, I wouldn't have. So for our reading, this year we're doing All About Reading, and I love it. It's very simple. It's probably 5 different strategies, or methods of teaching that is just repeated throughout the book so far. And I think we're on like lesson 9. But it's reading, it's flashcards for phonograms and words, and then it's using a letter tiles app, which I would recommend. If you're using All About Reading, just get the app versus the actual physical letter tiles. And let's see, there's a couple other things, but it's very straightforward. The only preparation you have is cutting out some activities and just cutting things out. That's it. And I just love how simple it is. So I've tried other ones that I don't feel like have met the needs of my kiddos in learning how to read. So that is another recommendation I have. Also, I think it depends on the learner, but I think at least definitely for boys, using sensory learning as much as possible is good, and movement. I don't have any other tips other than maybe dig into that online, with just how they can learn while moving and playing, because I think boys especially need that and learn through play. And then my final thing is just to try to get a system down that works for you as far as preparing for the week. Maybe get like a really good planner that works for you. I have a homeschool planner that I actually use more like a tracker, where I would kind of give a list of the things that we did in the day, just very top level, so that I had records to go back to at the end of the year and to keep, because a lot of states require records. On that note also is I would recommend joining HSLDA. I think it's the Homeschool Legal Defense Association or something like that. But it's HSLDA. We pay a monthly subscription to it, or a membership, and they will help you with legal issues if they come up, and they can also give you the information on your state legal requirements for homeschooling and that sort of thing. So I just use that as a covering for our homeschooling. And it just gives me peace of mind that we have it. I also use an umbrella school in Colorado, and again, it's like whatever your state requires, look into that, because every state could be different. But I use an umbrella school, and that is also sort of like another, I guess, legal covering in a way. But there's many different options in Colorado, and I'm sure in a lot of states. So look into that, and HSLDA can help you with that. And I guess finally, I would say just try to bring as much fun into it as you can. I know I can tend to get like really serious and sometimes I can have a type A personality and just really try to, we have to do this. We have to get all of this done in one day. And I think sometimes it is unreasonable expectations on little kids. So to set your expectations according to what they're able to do and have fun with it. So those are my recommendations, and I hope that if you are homeschooling and it fits for you and your family, that you stick with it, because I know that it's doing so much in your child's lives to prepare them for life, and it's just a great thing. So thanks, and I'll talk to you soon.